Here's a book by CO Berlin, which is a privately owned photography museum in Berlin. If you're ever in Berlin, you should go check it out. And the book is called The Uncanny Familiar, Images of Terror. It's bilingual, so you get German and English text. And it's a book that came out of an exhibition that they made. And you can probably guess from the title, Images of Terror, what this is all about. It's about photography and terrorism, photographs of terrorist events, and a lot of theory around that. So you can see, where is this? Oh, alright, so there's all these various essays by various people, and then these artists that made images that fit into this context. There's a lot of text here talking about how images are used in certain ways, and the meaning of images with time. See these old advertisements involving the World Trade Center. Even here, Independence Day, and then the actual footage. So I'm just gonna try to, it's a more recent example, this famous photograph. This is of course a cover of a German newspaper. So you get these texts, and then in between you get photographs or images produced by artists in certain ways. Or you can just see it the other way around. You get all these photographs, and then in between people are talking about these. So this is obviously this is an introduction. Every set of images comes with an introduction, a short description. So this is a video done by somebody. Here's somebody else's images. So there's a wide variety of images all pulled together under this context. It's not an ideal book to feature in a video, or maybe just you have to say the other way around. It's a really good book, of course, but it's something that you really have to look at in person instead of just seeing me flip through it, especially since, of course, for the purpose of this video I have to skip through all the text, because you can't read the text off the screen, of course. Okay, so here's more. This is from the Olympic Games in Munich in '72. Some of the imagery is very well known, some less so, which makes it interesting, because if you only look at the well-known imagery, then what's the point? And of course there's the imagery that arose out of well-known imagery. Artists working with images. These are all dates and times of terrorist events in different places. Some you might be very familiar with, others not so much. And I think this is probably another block of text here. I'm showing this book simply because I think it's a really good book, and I want to not expand, but there are photo books that are a bit different from regular photo books, books that rely more on text and maybe an underlying theme. In a stricter sense, this is probably more like a catalog, but I don't want to be overly dogmatic with my definitions of which photo books should be seen in these presentations, which photo books should not be seen. Instead, trying to give you just a sort of a general overview of types of books that are being made. Okay, here's more text. Some of the text is useful for the history of photography. Okay. So Charlesworth. There's Dennis Adams, Patricia Hearst A to Z. There's a text by Fred Ritchen, War of Images. So some of the writers are very well known outside of Germany. And this is work by Natalie Check, which you might have seen, maybe remember from my blog. This looks like abstract art, but I believe it's just stacks of newspapers or of printed pages. So you see there's a very wide variety of artistic work around images of terror or terrorism. This is a puzzle. You can maybe see that here in the pattern up there. And of course you can, or maybe even should, question each and every artistic way of dealing with these images, because art, after all, is designed to ask questions and make you think, instead of entertaining you and just telling you what you know already. It's a well-known documentary photograph. So this is, I'm sort of 2/3 of the way through. I think I'm going to just stop here. There's a very interesting book dealing with art and images, images of terror, The Uncanny Familiar, and it's published by CO Berlin. You can probably order it from their website. I haven't researched this where else you can get it. It's very much worthwhile your time if you're interested in stuff like this.